Alright guys, Fula coming to you with another video. I hope all is well with y'all. Hope everything's going cool. So we're going to talk about that lightweight division. The lightweight division has the potential to be the most exciting division in boxing, the most electrifying division in boxing. It has the capability to do that. Okay. There's a pool of talent in that division that could basically set precedents for what other divisions in boxing should do, meaning the best fighting the best, meaning other champions fighting champions, right? It's very possible. The lightweight division can do that, okay? However, due to politics, due to promoters playing Cold War, we don't see that, okay? We hardly ever see that, right? So as a result, it's like, okay, well, it's just going to be like, if only, right? And that's where we're at with a lot of divisions. It's not just the lightweight division. It's like a lot of divisions. You know what I mean? It's not just lightweight. It's middleweight. It's freaking. It's freaking. All of them, basically. So, with that being said, when it comes to, I'm gonna just go with it first. I mean, I might as well just get into that first. When it comes to Mr. Ryan Garcia, my prediction, this is my prediction with Ryan Garcia. I'm going to just make an honest prediction. My prediction with Ryan Garcia is that dude is going to, somehow find he's going to stay in his lane. And what I mean by stay in his lane is he's just gonna talk, and he's gonna he's gonna keep that fan base. People are gonna say, oh yeah, he's hyping up the fights, he's doing this, he's letting these fights marinate, he's this, that, and the other. He's gonna do that. Ryan Garcia is gonna do that. His fan base are going to accept that, because they already do accept it. No cap. Okay? They're going to keep on doing that, okay? And chances are, I know this sounds crazy, but honestly to Allah, I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Garcia does not fight in a boxing match again. I would not be surprised at all. It would not shock me whatsoever. Because the reason why I say this is because the rumor has it through the grapevine that negotiations with Jojo Diaz are reaching problems, that they're reaching not only hurdles, they're reaching brick walls. And the thing is, I believe that these two fighters are both promoted by Golden Boy, so it shouldn't be a problem. There shouldn't be no there shouldn't be no nothing keeping that fight from happening. Now, the thing is this, and I don't care what people say, and this is also for Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya does not have no faith in Ryan Garcia. I mean, honestly, Oscar De La Hoya looks at Ryan Garcia as his social media revenue. You know, he's like, the more clicks this guy gets, that's fine, and stuff like that. We don't even care if he sells a fight at this point. His YouTube and his Instagram is popping so much that that's all that matters. And so they're talking about that Jojo Diaz fight not even happening. Now, another thing too, I don't know how true this is, but one of the grapevine words is that he's trying to get a fight with Yuriorkis Gamboa, but on the side of Yuriorkis Gamboa, it has been said that it's completely false, that there is no negotiations for no fight between those two. I don't know how true it is, because sometimes what happens is, like, people say a fight's not happening, and then boom, sometimes that thing happens. You know what I mean? So that's what's being said. And then, like, in a recent Ryan Garcia interview, and I don't know why, like, I do not know why, and I'm not going to name this reporter, because this reporter does do good work, I'm not going to lie, but he also does have his kind of like brown nosing committee of fighters. You know what I mean? Ryan Garcia is one of them. In a recent report, Ryan Garcia said after he knocks out Tank, this, that, and the other. So again, this dude is just not going to stop talking. That's the thing. He's not going to stop. He's always going to talk. Right? So now we move on to Devin Haney. Again, unfortunately, Devin Haney is a Negro League fighter. Can't get a fight to save his life. A meaningful fight, that is. Now, what needs to be said now is, if Jojo Diaz is available, there should be nothing holding back that fight. There should be nothing at all holding back that fight. And Jojo Diaz should take the initiative and tell, I believe he's promoted by Golden Boy, tell Golden Boy that's the fight he wants. Thing is that Golden Boy should understand that they don't even like market him like they do Ryan Garcia and things like that. So why not give him the fight? But I think we know why. Because, of course, Devin Haney will go in there and box circles around Jojo Diaz, possibly hurt him, possibly stop him, and then that would be all she wrote. Now, we move on to Richard Commey and Vasily Lomachenko. They could have fought Devin Haney. Either one of them could have fought Devin Haney for a belt. But instead, they're going to fight each other. Okay? And, I'm not going to make no predictions about that fight. There's no point in making no predictions about it right now. I think they're scheduled to fight in December. So that fight is happening. Hopefully it'll be a good scrap, right? But then now you have Mr. Teofimo. And Teofimo Lopez is now, since his fight with Kambosos is all but dead, Now he's talking about, okay, well, since I can't get that fight, let me fight Josh Taylor at a catchweight. But I think Josh Taylor is already occupied and busy. So why are you even talking about that? Okay? Why even fight for all his belts at a catchweight? I'm just saying. So again, we see these diva tactics with these fighters, especially Teofimo. And you know, the crazy thing is Teofimo's becoming a lot like Ryan Garcia, man. Like more than anything else, you see him posting his training more so than fight announcements and things like that. You know, the thing is about the guys like the Devin Haney's, the Gervonta Tank Davises, the Shakur Stevensons, and the like thereof. You know, they don't really post a lot of their training. They post their training, but they really don't like do it like an overhaul. You know what I mean? Because they know what it matters what happens in the fight. You know, it does. I mean, you fight how you train, of course, but they understand the bigger picture of the whole thing, right? So now, and this is a sign of good news. This is actually a sign of good news. And I mean, it makes sense. And it also makes sense because of the simple fact that when Floyd said he'll do in-house fights only, I get it. But make in-house fights with meaningful guys, okay? So he did that. And so it is official. We're going to get Rolly versus Gervonta Tank Davis December 5th. Now, the thing is that maybe Floyd needs to get out of himself for a minute. Because, you know, he has his 50-0. We understand that. Okay? But not everybody can have a flawless record. And so what I mean by that is that he should put some of his guys against like stiffer competition, maybe risk his guys losing. You know what I mean? Now, hopefully his work habits will rub off on those guys so, you know, they can not lose. But at the same time, they should be fighting maybe stiffer competition. They should be fighting more often. You know what I mean? My guy Richardson Hitchens, you know, I'm gonna get him back on my channel soon, inshallah. He should be fighting at least 3 times a year. The least being he should fight 2 times a year. You know what I mean? Still a young fighter, still a guy who I think is a dark horse and can really like hit people and let the levees break like Hurricane Katrina. You know what I mean? So here's another thing about this. Floyd's putting that fight on pay-per-view, be it the fact that, you know, Tank has already fought on pay-per-view. So it's understandable that he took that route and did the pay-per-view, you know? And so hopefully the undercard is going to be good. Hopefully the build up for the fight's going to be good. I'm pretty sure they're going to have a Showtime thing and everything like that. And at least we're getting that fight at the lightweight. And at least Rolly, because we know Rolly was capping, and I love Cuban boxers. You can say I'm even biased to Cuban boxers, due to my family's history and connection with Cuba, due to me going to Cuba, learning my boxing techniques in Santiago de Cuba, you know what I mean? And just the overall, my overall connection, right? But at the same time, I call it spades. And, Rolly has been capping so hard. Rolly has been talking about he, wants to fight Devin Haney. He'll do this to Devin Haney. I'm like, bro, shut up and just fight. And now he did what Ryan Garcia refused to do, and he's fighting Gervonta Tank Davis. So I gotta give him respect for that. And hopefully he doesn't do any funny business in the fight or in the build up to the fight. Hopefully he doesn't pull out or do anything like that. And win, lose, or draw, I will respect him for getting in there with Gervonta Davis. Now, I don't think Gervonta Davis will get the credit if he blows him out the water, because that power with Gervonta Davis is real. But with Rolly, he has power and he has the size and length advantage. But the boxing ability, of course, goes to Gervonta Davis, by far. And, you would think that Rolly, being a Cuban boxer, he would have that Cuban seasoning, but he doesn't, Bottom line, he fights nothing like a Cuban at all. One thing is, it's funny because, other Cuban boxers know Rolly, but a lot of the time they just be like, oh, I mean, I think in that 135 division, his bromance is with Teofimo Lopez, truthfully speaking. Now, this leaves out two Negro League fighters. One of them, again, being Devin Haney, and then the other one being Michel Rivera. I said in a previous video that Michel Rivera was actually Rolly's mandatory. Well, of course, this is going to be the bigger fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. So, of course, he's going to take that, And I don't fault him for doing that. There's no fault on him for doing that. But at this point, I think the best thing for Mr. Rivera and also for Devin Haney is they may need to just fight each other. They may just need to see each other. Now, I don't know where Michel Rivera is ranked in the WBC rankings, but I think if Devin Haney he can ask for a voluntary defense, and then that could be the dude he can pick. It would be a very intriguing fight, to say the least. If I had to choose boxing ability wise, I would give it to Devin Haney. Physical attributes wise, I give it to Michel Rivera. Definitely. So it would be an interesting fight, to say the least. But other than that, man, that's this is what was happening in the lightweight division. Now, I don't know, though, and I'm going to end on this note. I don't know what weight that, Rolly and Gervonta may fight at, because, Rolly walks around huge. And Gervonta Tank Davis, now I think he's calmed down and settled down. But in the past, there was an issue with him making weight and stuff like that. So I don't know. They may do this fight at 140. You know what I mean? Because they're already walking around big as it is. So it remains to be seen what will happen. But this is actually one of the fights I'm looking forward to. I can't even cap to you. I'm actually really looking forward to this fight now, and I was glad that it was announced, and official. And I'm glad that Floyd is doing that business. Now he needs to get his other guys into the mix. That's the thing. Get your other guys into the mix. You got a couple of like gems that are ready to be dug up. So man, just stop hesitating. Stop messing around and dig them up, man. But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now. Fool is signing out. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Probably on the Wilder Fury fight night, post-fight, I'll go live and then cook it up, and hopefully I can get people on the panel at the round table. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it now. I'm not going to call it the panel. I'm going to call it the round table. On some Godfather El Corleone type swag. So yeah, hopefully I can get people at the round table and we can chop it up and talk about that fight, and talk about the other fights that will take place that night. But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now. Leave your thoughts, leave your comments. Fool is signing out. Njarama.